Hello, my name is Barton, and I would like to welcome you to this Wednesday's edition of The World is Your Stage, where you control the outcome. And I want to tell you about my lunch yesterday that I had and the thoughts that came through my mind while I was eating. I had a sandwich, but yet I had a bag of potato chips. And as I was looking at that potato chips, it reminded me of a time of all those articles that I read about how companies would market their product under a false assumption. You see these bags of potato chips that looks filled with nothing but content and savory chips, but yet when you open the bag, you realize that most of the bag was just filled with air. In fact, you get a small portion of actual product. And it made me start to realize how dissatisfied that I would be after eating a bag of chips. But then I started thinking about our own lives, and I realized that a lot of times in our own lives, we are just like that potato chip bag. We're filled with a small portion of product, and yet everything else is filled with air. We want to put on solid impressions for people. We do ourselves up, we talk a good game, we boast our accolades, but yet when push comes to shove, people come to realize that we only have so much to give. So I ask you, when you reflect on your life, what are you filled with? Are you filled with something to give? Do you have content? Or is everything just a facade and filled with nothing but air? Because like those marketing companies that present a product in front of us, we become the same way in our lives, but yet the only way we can get credibility in our lives is when what we say is backed up by either what we do or what we have within. So remind yourself that when you present yourself to the world, you present content. You present something that people can grasp upon. You can present something that people can actually see and work. Because we're filled with a world full of talkers. You see protests going on day in and day out. You see people boasting of their accolades. You see people talking such a good game, but yet when push comes to shove, you realize things just don't get done. I remember reading an article where they were talking about the traits of people that you would want to work with. And one was those who dream big. And another one was those who like to have fun. And another trait was those who get stuff done. And I'm using another word for stuff. But I started thinking about that article, and I said that, you know what? I could sacrifice the person that dreams big and the person that have fun for the person that actually gets stuff done. Because the person who actually gets stuff done is filled with less and less air and more action. And that's how we should be in our lives. Let's not be like that potato chip bag where it looks good on the outside, it looks like we're going to have a hearty meal, but when you open us up, all you is left with nothing. So when we take that reflection in our lives, let's ask ourselves those questions. What am I really filled with? Do I have enough to give? Do I have something substantive to give? Or am I just filled with nothing but space, nothing but air? And am I presenting a facade for the world to see? Because again, that is how we build credibility. We build credibility by the content that we have within and by the willingness and the actuality of doing the work that we're actually presenting to the world. So when you're on that stage, remember that you're presenting content to the world, that you're not presenting the world with just dreams, just hot air, just an illusion. Instead, you're presenting the world with real life products. So while you're on that stage, remember that you control the outcome and you control what you present. Because at the end of the day, that's where you get your credibility. God bless you.